Okay, we are 3 minutes away to the exact starting time. And today we are going to talk about cycle trading. Today we are going to talk about cycle trading, right? Cycle trading. And we are going to first describe a few things that we need to understand before we make a decision to trade in cycle. One. All right, okay, 2 minutes to get started because I want to start at the exact time. So you can invite your people, you can have your people here, right? You can have your people here. Someone says in my chat, but I don't see you. I hear you talking, I don't see you. All right. Okay, I'm into my small office, right? My small office. Okay, my small office and okay, my small office at home, right? At one of the areas where I stay. Okay, my name is Julius Kabanda. I'm a crypto enthusiast. I'm a coach, and I teach people on how to make some good money through basically crypto trading. I've been here for 1 year and 1 month. Yeah, yesterday I made my first month into my second year in the business. And I was calculating how much money I made in the last 1 month. It was $2,160. Okay, $2,160, which is close to 7 million Ugandan shillings in the last month, right? Last month, 7 million Ugandan shillings in last month. I don't know how much it is in other currencies, but let me just see if I can share before maybe I start my training. Okay, all right. Okay, right, let's see. Okay, all right, 2,160 was my income, my first month in Royal Q. According to the performance of the market, as we see, Kenyan shillings 255,172. In the Canadian dollar, it is 2,809. In the United States, 2,158. Okay, in the South African Zara, it is $36,608. In Ugandan shillings, 8,137,478. In the Botswana Pula, it is 27,528. In the Tanzanian shillings, it's 5 million, right? Okay. In the British pound sterlings, 1,810, all right? Okay. In BTC, it is 0.1 Bitcoin, all right? And in the Nigerian Naira, it is 896,456. In Ethereum, it is 2 Ethereum. Okay, one of my friend, let me check, but I hope I've been able to touch any country and someone has got a picture. That was the month we have just concluded a few days ago. That was the month that my first month in Royal. Someone says, can you give me the name of the app? The name of the app is called the name of the app. All right. Sorry for that. Okay, the name of the app is called iCurrency. The name of the app is called iCurrency. I can type it into the chat. The name of the app is called iCurrency. That's the name of the app. Okay, now we are going to talk about cycle trading. And like I said, the word cycle, it is a continuous buying and selling. So let us first define what is cycle trading. Let us start our Royal Q. If you are new, you can just open your Royal Q application. I've also not opened mine. I just transferred some money to someone this morning. So I will need to come here on the user guide and I'll be able to define our topic. I'll start from here. So we have two main ways of trading by setting our bot by ourselves. The first way is what we call the one shot. Another one is what we call the cycle strategy. What is one shot and cycle strategy? One shot, when it is activated, it is a strategy from buying to selling, and the robot will stop operating after selling. The cycle strategy, when it is started, it is a strategy from buying to selling, and after selling, the robot will continue. Right, let me just, sorry, let me block these messages. Okay, it is a strategy from buying to selling, and after selling, the robot will continue to buy and continue to operate. So I'll pick up this, only this, because it's our topic, and I drop it into the chat. Okay, so that's the definition of our meeting today, and that's what we are going to be looking at. Okay, when it is started, it's from buying to selling, and after selling, the robot will be able to buy and continue to operate. So that's the definition of what you're going to look at today. All right, that's the definition of what you are going to look at today. Okay, let me maybe, right, some people, you are right, some people forget their videos on. Okay, right, so let me help. All right, let me help a little bit. Okay, so yeah, all right, okay, let me help a little bit. Unless someone is okay with their video, all are off. Unless someone is okay with their video, you can switch them off, because someone says in the chat, all right, you can check in the chat. I don't want to be attached to the outcome, all right? Just check in the chat, read through the chat, and if you are comfortable now, you can get your video on, all right? Okay. Okay, if you are comfortable now, you can get your video on, all right? Okay, all right. Now, let's get into the topic now, the cycle trading. The fact is, between the two ways of making money, on the one shot and the cycle pays less money than the one shot. Right? I hope I'm loud and clear. The cycle pays less money than the one shot. The only way that you can make too much money from the cycle is basically having huge capital. The only way you can make too much money from the cycle is having huge capital. I hope I'm clear. If you want to make too much money, the too much money is so much into the one shot. But the challenge with the one shot, you must get involved. And tomorrow I'll be going into details about the one shot. So I'll keep on a cycle. The beauty about the cycle is that you set your robot, and the robot will automatically keep buying and selling for you for a very long period of time. And the limitations that we will face with profit is your capital. But you will keep on making your 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1% repeatedly for a very long period of time. 2, what are some of the coins we can be able to trade into the cycle? The number one coin we can trade in the cycle, ladies and gentlemen, is BTC, Bitcoin. The second good coin we can trade on the cycle is Ethereum. The third Bitcoin we can trade on the cycle is BNB. The rest of the coins are good. For example, the BTC SST, the other one is YFI. But trade them at your own risk. I would advise so much BTC, Ethereum, and BNB. The rest you can be able to jingle with, but at your own risk. All right. Now, at what capital should someone start trading the one shot? Someone should start trading the one shot with a capital of $200. Now, I want to make it very, very clear. You can start the one shot with a capital of $200. If you have less than $200, please stick to the one shot. If you have less than $200, stick to the one shot. Stick to the one short. People with $100 to $200, please stick to the one short. Only people with $200 and above, I would advise for you to go in for the cycle. And I also want to warn the people who decide to trade on the cycle. You decide to trade Bitcoin on a cycle, but at the same time, you have $200 and you see your money is in your USDT and you get it into the one shot. If you decide to trade $200 on a cycle, keep it to that. Keep it to that. You know, like I want to repeat, trading is discipline and patience, accompanied with being emotional free. So it takes back to this, right? It takes us back to this, the trading hierarchy. And this is the trading hierarchy. This is the trading hierarchy. The trading hierarchy has emotions plus patience. Then next is risk management. Then lastly is the analysis that you do. Now, when you put your settings of $200 to trade Bitcoin or to trade Ethereum, you must keep it $200. You don't need to come and start removing the money and trade so many coins. Your trade will get stuck. You better make little, but it's repeatedly. So $200 is good for you. Like I'm going to take you through the settings. Now the question is, why do we choose BTC, Ethereum, and BNB? The reason why we choose those three coins, ladies and gentlemen, is that if we look at the weekly time frame of these coins, they never do 50 to 80%, no matter how the market goes. Whenever they go deep, they bounce back, meaning you can consistently keep making your profit all the time. All right, now, let me see, if I put my trade in a cycle, BTC or Ethereum, how many percentage is guaranteed monthly? Please, can you please send me the settings for the cycle? Okay, I understand so many people want this to be answered, but I'll never have an answer to how much money you can make. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of money you can make from any trade is dependently on three main factors. One, your capital. Especially when it comes to the cycle, it's your capital. But I want to go back to the analysis that was done 4 years ago before Royal Q was brought in business. Let me first go through that so that I create a clear picture for those that want to trade. Okay, it is also all right. Okay, this is better clear. All right, so I'll look through this. All right, now I want to go back to the definition of how much money can I earn with the Royal Q quantification. Now, let's gentlemen, Royal Q is the only application that uses what we call quantifying, or what we call quantitative trading. And quantitative trading involves in the three major principles. All right, the first principle, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the creation of the average price. All right, before I go, the creation of the average price. Two, the incomparison of the dollar cost averaging method, the ability to keep buying whenever the coin gets cheaper. You know, with dollar cost averaging principle, ladies and gentlemen, is one that has been used for a very long period of time. And the dollar cost averaging method is basically planning to trade a longer time, but entering the market at different intervals. Planning to enter the market at a longer time, but being able to have the market enter different intervals. So we have the average price, then we have the dollar cost averaging method. Now the third principle, ladies and gentlemen, is the martingale strategy. And someone may say, but Julius, where do you get this? Let me finish here, and I'm going to take you through how Royal Q works. Then we can go to the settings which are already in place, and they are simple. So how much money can I earn with Royal Q quantification? Taking the principal means capital of $100,000 as an example. Royal Q quantitative monthly income is currently between 10% to 50%. Now, where do we talk about 10% to 50%, ladies and gentlemen? All right, 10% to 50%, ladies and gentlemen, if we look at this graph below and we look at the monthly rate of return, it is 10% when the market is bad. It is 20% when the market is good. It can go up to 50% when the market is wholesomely amazing. Now let's look at the performance. All right, this is what Royal Q said. This is one meeting I attended. It was it was one meeting I attended very long time ago. All right, when I just started the business. All right, and in this meeting I got a clear picture about what I was doing. So if you have free money of $10,000 principal, use the Royal Q quantify compounding interest, which is $300,140,000 a year. That will be the money you'll have. So the robot will watch the market for you, and the money will be in your pocket. And we were able to look at the power of the monthly compounding effect. Doesn't matter the market condition, a minimum of 10% per month. That if your monthly, if your first month you have $10,000, you have $100,000, you'll make $10,000. Now, this is what I mean. So if you have $200, let us multiply this by 10%. You'll make $20 in a full month, right? So if you have $500, that is the money you can make, all right? $50. If you have $1,000, $100 at the end of the month. Now, that will be 10%, right? 10%. But this may not be 100% guarantee. Sometimes you may move from 5 to 10, especially right now when the market's not good. 5 to 10. 5 to 10 is a guarantee. You can make 5 to 10%. So that's why I want to emphasize that with trading, the amount of money you can be able to make, ladies and gentlemen, is basically capital-based. The higher the capital, the higher the profitability. All right, so let me get back in the chart. 5 to 10%, right? 5 to 10%, right? 5 to 10%. That's how much you can make. So if you want to make more money, then you need to increase more capital. I hope that is very, very clear. If you are still following, give me some thumbs up. You are still following, give me some thumbs up, because I'm making sure that I answer your questions, and then we go to the main topic. All right, so I want to repeat and to say it again. The cycle will always pay you less money than the one shot. The one shot will pay you more money because you are involved in the process. All right, okay, I want to respect different leaders on the call. I see one of a great leader. I see leader Anita. I see you on the call. All right, I want to respect the presence of Coach Musa. I see you on the call. All right, happy to have you here. All right, those are not respected onto their presence. Happy to have you here. I see leader Halima. Happy to see you on the call. My papa Israel. Happy to see you on the call. Happy to have you here. All right, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. I see leader OBM. Happy to have you here. And I would like to say a belated happy birthday to leader Shayla, right? Okay, happy to also have you here. All right, now let's go again into our our Royal Q application once again. Now, having defined, let me go to how Royal Q works. Okay, there's no secret. I have nothing to hide. Just tap on mine, ladies and gentlemen. And when you tap on mine, come onto the Royal Q feedback, all right? And here we are going to look at this principle before maybe I use my last 30 minutes to take you through the settings. Now, Royal Q sat down and described the strategy that it uses to trade. And in this strategy that Royal Q uses to trade, it used the two main principles that a Royal Q uses. And that these main principles, gentlemen, the first of its own kind that Royal Q uses on the strategy description is what we call the quantitative trading parameter, where we are going to base all what we are going to study today, the quantitative trading parameter setting tutorial. And anyone who wants to set up a cycle, anyone who wants to set up a one shot must be versed with the quantitative trading parameter, all right? Because if you are not versed with this and you are novice, you now go in and use what you call the copy traders or the master traders. So let's look at how does this look like, and really what is it all about, right? Okay, and what is quantitative trading parameter? This is how you set your board, right? So Royal Q explains more clearly here, and it says that after binding your Binance or Huobi, make sure that the transaction funds are transferred to your spot trading account. That it means, ladies and gentlemen, that is Huobi, Binance, and Coinbase. And the read and transaction permissions are checked when the API is bound. Royal Q has a pre-charged fuel fee greater than 2 USDT, so you can have 5, you can have 10, and your robot will start trading. So the quantitative setting instructions. So these are the instructions. Yes, I know I'm going to go more personal about it, but I want to show you where do we get the information so that you may not think that we are so intelligent, so that you may not think that maybe we have a certain class we attend. Someone is asking me, but you have a certain class where they mentor you all this. No, the mentorship is into your application. And I want you to own it. I want you to ascertain it. I want you to understand everything that is in your app. It says, A, click on quantify. Ladies and gentlemen, the quantify is the quantitative that is usually down here into your application. And says, select the currency to be billed. Click on currency to be billed. Click first, trade settings in your left corner. So you want to look for the coin. Maybe you want to get more USDT because the reason of your trading on a cycle, either you want to get more USDT or you want to collect more Bitcoin or you want to collect more Ethereum. So what is your goal? Because before you start to trade, ladies and gentlemen, you must have a goal. Goal setting is one of the important areas that make you an intentional business personnel. An intentional business personnel, I usually tell my people, if you don't have a goal, don't get out of bed. Especially if you decide to become an entrepreneur, you must be having goals. Because life without goals, gentlemen, and goals without plan are useless. So if you are here, before you decide to say, I want to be a passive trader, what is your goal? Don't just say, okay, I want to trade. Have a goal, right? Okay, let's get in there. So now choose a coin. So do you want to get more Bitcoin? Do you want to get more USDT? This also takes me to the answering of the question, Julius, I'm trading on a cycle or I'm trading on a one shot, but when I check my available balance, total is less than what I invested. I want you to check USDT because the rest of the money, you restrict it in other coins, which are not stable. Today, I may not go in so much what are stable coins, but stable coins are coins that mimic the value of stable fiat currencies, although the fiat currencies are not all that stable. So look at coins like USDC or USDT. This is a 1-to-1 with a pegged dollar, 1-to-1. They are backed by paper peg dollars, all right? Now let's get into more about the topic for today. So if you want to get more USDT, but you have diversified your money into other unstable cryptocurrencies. Yes, you say, all right, I want to take a risk into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is a coin that goes up and goes down. And now you invested in this coin and this coin went down. Don't check your total sum. Check your USDT, because that is where the robot keeps on dropping your money. This issue of people checking, I put in 1,000. Royal Q is a scam. I put in $1,000, but I don't see my $1,000, yet I'm making profit. Check your USDT. Check your USDT, because the rest of the money is being risked in high volatile coins. All right. Okay, beautiful. Let's get to the lesson. So which coin do you want to get more? Do you want to get a stable USDT? Do you want to get more BTC? That is your goal. Then choose a coin you want to trade. Now, before I get started into the coins you want to trade, I want to warn all the people that are starting trading, especially on the one shot. I would advise you so much, if you don't know so much about that coin, trade more about the general coins than going into so much into the professional coins. I'll repeat my statement. If you don't know so much about the coin and you have not done the analysis that we shall talk about tomorrow, please don't just pick coins on the professional side. Trade more on the general, those in the one shot. All right, that's not the topic for today. Now, B. Open the trade setting interface and set the parameters. Now, the reason why we decide to use Royal Q, because Royal Q replaces our decision making. Royal Q replaces our emotions. Royal Q replaces our feelings. Royal Q takes charge of our decisions. So if you decide to give Royal Q the responsibility, get emotional free from what's happening with the trade. And ladies and gentlemen, we provide the parameters, right? So I'll basically, this I can't copy this, but maybe a screenshot, but everybody, you have it. So let us look at these parameters, understand them before we get started. One is what we call the first buying amount. This is the quota purchased when the robot is starting. So you have $1,000 and you say whenever the robot gets into the first time in the market, put in 15. That's all. Next, open double. After opening, the purchase amount will be doubled each time the first order is purchased in the cycle. And the position will be calculated according to the first order amount doubled. So, you know, when the market goes in and you open down position, the robot will keep on doubling whenever it buys. Next, margin call limit. When the number of replenishment times, replenishment means buying, exceeds the set replenishment times, the upper limit of the replenishment side means the upper limit of buying will appear and the system will stop replenishment. So once you put in the number of times you want your robot to buy, and the robot buys all of them, it will put on stop margin call. Next, whole position take profit. The take profit will be triggered after reaching the preset stop profit ratio in the whole position mode. Now, what are we talking about? That once the robot gets into the market and you have put, let me say 1.3, the robot will be able to take the sell, but in the whole position mode. Now, the whole position mode is a position that takes the margin calls from number 1 to number 4. All these are into the whole position. So once the market bounces on number 4, it sells all 3, 2, and 1 at once. So this has all its take profit is 1.3%. All right. Now, what about the whole position take profit ratio? Okay, the whole position take profit callback. When the preset take profit ratio is reached, the preset take profit callback ratio needs to be called back, and the system will clear the position and sell. All right, this is what this means, ladies and gentlemen. You entered with $15 as the first buying amount. The market rises by 1.3. And here you put 0.1. Before the market sells, it will wait for the market to fall down by 0.1 for it to sell. So if you put you put 15 here and then 1.3, then I put 0, it means exactly when the market has less momentum. Now, I also want to make it clear. We make more money when the market has more momentum. The market might be changing in prices, right? Bitcoin might be going from maybe 20 to 21,000, but it has low momentum moving from 20 to 21. But if it has momentum, even if it moves from the 19,000 or the 18,000 where it could be now, and it comes with that momentum, you will be making more profit. So remember, Royal Q does not control the market. So if you put a 0 here and the market has less momentum, the robot will be able to sell. It can even sell less than 1.3. It can even sell less than 1.3, right? Okay, now let's go into the next one, the margin call configuration. The display of the numbers you put, ladies and gentlemen. So whenever the market falls by a certain percentage, the robot will buy by a certain amount. That's what that means. Then the buy-in callback. The buy-in callback, let me say you say the market falls by 3.5 from its current price. So the market falls by 3.5. It can still keep going up to 4.5. The robot will only buy unless the market rises by the buy-in callback, which could be maybe 0.5. So it will wait for the market rise by 0.5, then the robot will be able to buy. Lastly, the distributed take profit allocation. This is the last position of the divided position will trigger the stop profit after reaching the preset stop profit ratio. Now we need to understand that Royal Q has divided our take profits into 2 types. It has divided from number 1 to number 4 and from number 5 up to number 100. The maximum number of margin calls we can set are 100. So from number 1 to number 4, they are into what to call whole position. And in this position, the take profit is 1.3. But from number 5, each position or each layer can be independent. What do I mean by being independent? I can say when my robot buys the fifth call, let it take 1% or 2% or 5%. Next, sub-position take profit callback. So as the robot is buying number 5 to number 100, I can still personally say when the market falls down, let me say by 1 point. I remember I said the other time, you see the same thing, the market falls down by 3.5. It's supposed to buy layer number 5, so it falls down by 3.5. The robot should only buy when the market callback rises again, let me say by 0.1. That's what it means. Now see, the trading settings. Once your trading settings are complete, ladies and gentlemen, then you just need to confirm and be able to see what is happening. Now, what are the functions? The function description of the current page. When you open your Royal Q, you are able to see what we call log and transaction record. Ladies and gentlemen, and you can see one shot, you can still sell, you can still buy. You can see stop margin call, you can see strategy mode. You can see call margin call price, and you can see take profit trigger price. All are very visible. Now, basically, I will talk about 1 or 2 to call it. Now, let's start with the one shot. So if you decide to trade on a cycle, on top of the coin, it will be written on cycle. But down here, it will have the word one shot. So once you tap on the one shot, it means the robot will stop operating. So if you decide to say one trade on a cycle, then don't click on the one shot, leave it as it is. Because once you do that, it means the robot will sell, and after selling, it will stop. To the sell, you can perform a partial clearance sell according to the position ratio. All manually enter the quantity after the setting is completed. And the remaining position amount will be displayed. Now let me go practical about this, right? Let me just go practical about this, the selling. Let me go back a little bit. I'm going to come back. Let me go a little bit practical. So allow me stop sharing my screen. I log into one of my accounts. If you are still following, give me some thumbs up. You are still following as I continue, give me some thumbs up. I'm going to go practical about the sell. I'm just going to get a little bit practical about the sell. You are still following. Ladies and gentlemen, happy to have you here. Protocol observed. And this is our training for today on how to set or to become a passive trader. Someone says, but Julius, why don't you go straight to the point? Yes, I'm getting there, but it is important for you to understand the parameters, right? The parameters before you are able to provide the right instructions, because after you understanding how these parameters mean, right? What do they mean? It's very easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, because now you have even gone an extra mile to see that the definitions are provided in your back office, all right? So it's very, very important. I've not opened my trades today. Okay, I hope they are having some good floating. They must be having some serious floating loss. All right, okay. So I'll be able to come back now. All right, okay. All right, so I'll open my Royal Q. This one will be seriously floating. I will give it some time. I haven't been following my trades for some good time. Okay, now I'll go into all right, for example, let me use this. Okay, let me use this, for example. I want to set up a sell. So this, when it's like this, it means it is in the cycle. I hope that is clear. Now, if I want to tap on the sell, I can tap on sell here. And when I tap on sell, ladies and gentlemen, I can put in the price I want my robot to sell. Let me say, I want my robot to sell at 13.50. Okay, then I say, how much of this coin do I want my robot to sell? Let me say I want to sell 50%. Well, I want to sell 70%. Well, I want it to sell 100%. Anything that I will provide to my settings, my robot will listen. Then I say confirm. So ladies and gentlemen, you see very clearly that my robot will have a selling trigger price, this one. And it will clear the quantity. So when I come on sell, and I instead of I'll come here and I put in at what price, because the trigger price, sell at the market price after reaching the trigger price. I can say, my robot, please, I want you to sell, let me say, when this coin becomes $15, 100%, sell 100%. I say, sell when this robot gets to $12. 100%. And my robot will listen to my instructions, as gentlemen. I hope I've been able to explain that button there. All right. Okay, so specifically, I'll now come back to the course for today. All right, so no, this gets back to the one shot. All right, I'll give it some time, open up some margin calls and get this out. All right, now. Okay. Now, once you decide to trade on the cycle, you need to choose basically a few coins, and some of these coins I'll basically talk about. I talked about Bitcoin, I talked about Ethereum, and I talked about BNB. Now, the fact is, you always make less profit. And it's very, very important, gentlemen, for you to know that you always make less profit. There is more money into the one shot. But if you decide to trade on the one shot, I want you to pay attention to your trades. Because if you are not willing to pay attention with your trades, like I think I last checked here on Friday evening. Today is when? Today is Wednesday. I last checked these trades on Friday. Since then, I've been having a tight schedule and I was not checking up on these trades. That's why I have this floating. So when you decide to go in for the one shot, you need to be involved in the process. If you are not willing, then be able to invest what you are comfortable. I'm comfortable with seeing this floating loss. Me personally, I'm okay. Because I say, all right, until BTCSST will return, it will keep here. But if you are not willing to do this, then go in for the cycle, make little profits, but repeatedly. Okay, now when you choose BTC, I think I'll get back to this. Okay, now, how much capital do you need to start trading a cycle? $200. $200 and above. You okay with the what? With the cycle. Now, let me go. I've already done these settings and I just need to talk about them. I've even provided them to, all right, so this is the $200 setting. Like the $200 setting, the first buying amount, you'll be making little profits by repeated. But you don't need to check your robot, you don't need to check your account. The higher the capital, the higher the return, right? Okay, so having explained you the details, the first buying amount is 15. This doesn't matter because these settings are in here are mine. So, all right, so this is 15, the first buying amount, open down position closed. The margin calls are 18, I'll give reasons. The whole position take profit is 1.3, the market price is 1.3. My robot needs to take off profit. The whole position callback, mine is 0. I don't want to give my robot a benefit of doubt. I want, because especially now, once the market hits 1.3, my robot should sell instantly because there is low momentum in the market. Right, the buying callback is 0.1. I want my robot to buy a little bit faster. I want my robot to be able to buy a little bit faster. And the distributed, these ones I'm going to talk about. Let me go to the margin call configuration. Now the margin calls are 18, and let's go a little bit mathematical. How did I come up with 18 margin calls? $185 remaining. Now, since we have $180, the first question we're going to ask ourselves, how much minimum do we want a robot to buy whenever it gets into the market? Ladies and gentlemen, the minimum is 10. Why do we use 10 yet we are on a cycle? Why don't we use more than 10? Because Binance provides a ruling of not buying less than $15. This we can maneuver because we are increasing the number of coins. And when I talk about the number of coins, gentlemen, I'm talking about, let me get back to my royal queue. My royal queue, here we go. Right, when I talk about, let me open it up. All right, okay. When I talk about the number of coins, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the quantity. That is what I mean. All right, so let's get back. Now we have 185. Now, we want a robot to buy as more times as possible. That's why we say the first buying amount is 15. But remember from the definitions we have had as gentlemen, when we tap on trade settings, the robot will keep on buying and multiplying the first buying amount. That's why on our settings here, let me just leave this. On our settings here, just a little bit. On our settings here, our first buying amount is 15. So all these multiples of buy, the multiple buying ratios, the number of times they will be multiplying each by $15, which is our first buying amount. Now, what we put here is very, very important. Now let's go into our calculator. So we say 15 times 1 to get $10 times 6, it is 90. Times 7, it is 105. Times 1, it is 15. times 0.5, it is 7.5. Times 0.59, it is 8. So it will not go more than that. Times 0.6, it is 9. 0.65, it is 9.75. 0.66, it's 9.9. 0.67, it is 10. So we are going to put 0.67 because whenever 15 multiplies by 0.67, we get 10.5. Now we get back the calculator. So 10.5, 10.05 times 18 times, it gives us 180. And this, if we add on the first binary amount is 15, it gives us 195.9%. That's why on our settings here, we come up with this 0.67 and we go 18 times, which makes it 118, which makes our capital to be $195. If you are okay with how this is arrived, give me some thumbs up. You okay with how that comes about? You have seen, because once you learn how it comes about, you can personally jingle with your robot. Okay, all right, okay. Now, be comfortable, because when you trade your $200, ladies and gentlemen, your $200, and you will not suffer from these challenges. Let me show you the challenges. All right? If you decide to pick up this, you will never have these challenges like you have seen in my account, right? You will not have these. Let me it up. You will not have this. You never have this. You cannot have this. No. You can't have this floating loss. But this coin, those that love one shot, this coin is doing well. This coin is doing well. By the way, I want to tell you it's doing very well. Don't look at Julius's floating loss to prevent you from trading. If you have been on this call, I want you to see very keenly. Those that trade the one shot, you can make some good profit because it moved from negative 170 to negative 155. Now, one shotters, I hope you could see this was over $20. If you look at its change in percentage here, it has done well. This coin is really is giving people money. Me, I can see even if I'm in floating. So if I would love to make money here, I can open up, I can put it on a cycle. Surely, I can put this on a cycle. And I can start making money, but I'll not go into that now. Those that have the eyes are in their trading view, those that know what to do, and they are looking at it, they are making money. I'm done. Now let's get back here. I hope now people are okay with this. Now, the next question I want to answer. Why do I put 1%? Why don't I put 5, 6, 7? Now, remember, our take profit is 1.3. Now, the market has a guarantee of 1% all the time. It's there. 1% is there in the market. BTC, Ethereum, it is there all the time. So I want when the market falls by 1%, it buys. When the market rises by 1.3, it sells. 1% buys, 1.3 sells. 1% buys, 1.3 it sells. 1% buys, 1.3 it sells. Like that, like that, like that. You need to set little margin calls so that your robot buys faster and you have little take profit so that your bot sells faster. So since I have $200, all right, I have oh, is this cursor? Come on. Just a minute. My app is misbehaving. So, all right, good. Now you see, this is 1% up to the 11th call. And if we get this, it's $110. Now this minus 185, because the 15 is there, you find that, let's gentlemen, this will be a 5 and this will be a 7. Only $75 remain. So in here, the robot will be buying and selling. So this up to here is 11%. The market falling down by 11%. But in setting our margin calls, we need to set our margin calls between 50 to 80%. We want our market once it falls down between 50 to 80%. And so from the 12th call to the 18th call, these are 7 times. So 7 times 6, which is 42%. Now 42 plus 11, which makes it 53%. Now my $110 is at 1%, but the 75 is at 6%. So this will make it 53% dip. Now let's go to the calculator. And so before we go far, we shall come back here before maybe I forget and look at the current price of Bitcoin, BTC. The current price of BTC is here, ladies and gentlemen. If I join now, 19,745, all right? Now this is now getting a little bit complex, 19,745. Now this is the current price of BTC. Minus 53%. Now this means my trades will only stop trading. My trade will get stuck when BTC gets at this price. I think my message is clear. So if someone was trading BTC when it was at $50,000, you want more money, you add more capital, simple. People who come to me very tough that they are making little profit with their little capital. Little capital equals little profit. 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 Stop sleeping in my inbox arguing you are making little money. 53% dip, this person would have stopped trading until BTC gets at that price. But if he goes for the other settings of good capital where we have 83% dip, he would be trading until BTC gets there. The higher the capital, the higher the ability for you to make more money. So if you are okay from the current price of BTC 9,745, that's the current price of BTC, minus 53% dip, you are okay until BTC can get at this price. Then you can use the $200 settings. Now this is what I would advise. You can still use the one shot and the cycle at the same time. So if I have, let me say $500, if I have $500 and I say $200 are for a cycle for BTC, right? And I remain with $300. And these are the ones I want to use for one shot. I'll go into details about this. Don't come and disturb the 200. You see this money, it looks like it's not being used by the robot. Let me borrow here 100. You'll get stuck. Now you'll get stuck. Like for example, if you get stuck, look at this. You get stuck like on a trade like this one. People who are trading this coin, people who are trading this coin, people who are on the one shot, this coin is doing well. I want to warn you, it has moved, it is moving. You are hope you are not like, I'm watching. If you have been attending trainings, you're already onto your trading view. Let me just show you, someone is in my chat. Those have been attending our training, you're already on this coin. Let me check it up for you here. BTC SST. Perfect. Well, Sam, incredible. Look at the sharp RSI pointing up. Those who did our settings with us. This is 15 minutes time frame. Let me check up for you in the 1 hour. Now someone is going to ask me, should I trade? This is in the 1 hour. This is in the 1 hour. By the 15 minutes time frame, this trade is good. So if you go back here, those ones, someone in my chat, I hope I'm answering you. For this candle, it is 7 minutes. Just wait for that candle. It is already 7 minutes, but it's showing you entry. So the next candle will be closing your sell. If you were good takeoff profit, 1.3%, 1.1, you're already out. Because in the 1 day, this market is going down. But if you are trading the 15 minutes, you are scalping from the market, like it says in the 1 shot. In the next, wait for the second candle to confirm your entry. If you can't join here, because this one is remaining with 6 minutes. I'll do this tomorrow. So I hope I've answered you. But I can see according to my trades. I can see. All right. So I hope I've made things clear. So first question, you need to make sure, are you okay from the current price, 9754 minus 53% dip? And like I said, Sako pays little profit, but you always make money, $1, $2, $4 at the end of the month. Check your capital. If you have $200, $20. Don't say, why am I making little monthly 20? Why you have 200? You have $440. Don't say, why little? Cycle. Now let me go to the 500. So if you have 400, you can open double position. People usually go against what I'm saying, but me, this is what I say. If you're okay, I repeat this, if you're okay until BTC gets at this price, you're okay until BTC will get at this price, you can use $200 settings for $400. Because you're okay with this. You open double position. You have $600 and you're okay for this. Where there is you just say 0.67 times 3, which is 2.01. Then you put in your $600. Where the robot will be putting in $10, it will be now putting in $30 whenever it buys. Now let me go in for the $500 settings. I only have 2 settings. I don't have more than those 2. Let's go into this. Where is the 500? So this is the $200. If you are interested, you can take a screenshot, go and trade, make little profits in a repeated sequence. That is the first page. I've provided this already. Then this is the second page. From number 1 up to number 11. Then 12 up to 18. That is it. 6%, 0.67. Now let me go into, I've already provided these into the different groups. Now let me go to the $500 settings. Now this is a $500 settings. Same principle. The first buying amount is 15. The number of margin calls are 48. How 48? How many times? The lowest amount we can buy, 48 times 10.05. I'll not go how this comes about. Plus the $15, which makes it 497. Now the next question, that's why you see here this 48. These remain the same. Now the next question, I will buy 11%, 11%, 11%, 11%, 11%, up to the 41 call. This is still the same. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still use the same principle. These are 7 times, which is 42. So 41 plus 42 is 83. Now I go to the current price, 19754 minus 83%. I'm okay until BTC will get at this price. Now someone will say, will BTC get at that price? Remember, you're not checking your trades. You're automatically allowing your bot to keep on buying and selling for you comfortably. So if I'm okay with this is 500 and I have 1,000, I can open double position because I'm okay from my entry price. If BTC gets to let me say $100,000 and you are trading and you want 83% dip, you'll still be trading until BTC gets at that price. Don't ask me, will BTC get at this price yet is here? Me, I don't know. I don't know how deep the market can go. And I don't know how high the market can go. So you measure your risk type and say, I'm okay until BTC will get to 9,754 minus 83%. You okay until BTC gets at this price. So if you okay, you just increase your first buying amount because you okay. I don't know someone, because if I increase my capital and I say, okay, 50 times, that's my first buying amount, times 0.67. You see, this is $33. If my first buy times 0.6, that's $33. $33 times 48 times, this is $1,006. You see this? 1,600. It means that's the money I'm going to use plus the first buying amount, which is 15, which is makes it 1,620. So if my first buying amount is 15, I multiply the multiple buying ratio, which is 0.67, making that whenever the robot will be going into the market, it will be buying with $33. So if I increase my first buying amount to be $100, 100 times 0.67, it means whenever the robot will be getting in the market, we'll be buying 67 times. Now, $67 times 48 times, it is 3,216 plus $15. So if I have $3,216, I can go comfortably trade BTC from the current price and make my first buying amount $100. I want to repeat. Let me repeat again. If I put my first buy amount to be $500, $500 times, because whenever the robot will be going into the market, we'll be buying 0.0.67. It means whenever the robot will be buying, it will be buying with $335. So $335 times 48 times, it will be $16,008. Plus the first buying amount is 15, then it means my capital is 16,000. So my first buying amount is $500. But what am I okay with? I'm okay with BTC getting at its current price is this. I'm okay until BTC gets to 83% deep. I don't know whether people, if you understand me, that give me some thumbs up. That's the hardest thing anybody needs to understand. Because if you understand that, you can trade freely and keep on increasing your first buying amount. The take profit is 1.1, 1.3. Okay. Your 0.6 times or 15 still lands you around, yes, still lands you to 10.05. Yes. Okay. The minimum amount to buy, you can't buy less than $10. No, you can't. When is it a good time to enter the market on a cycle? Anytime. You know, on a cycle, you start from where the market is. Let me get back here, because this is what I want everybody to understand. What are you comfortable with? That's the first question. Are you comfortable? Let me get back to the calculator. Are you comfortable until BTC gets at this price? This is $500 settings. They're 83% dip. Or you said, no, Julius, I'm comfortable with 19745 minus 53%. You are comfortable until BTC gets here. Now, what do? Look at this. You say, okay, my first buying amount, I want it to be $500. 500 times 0.67, which is 335. 335 times 18 times. This is $6,000. So whenever your robot will be going into the market, will be buying with 335. Why do you increase this? Because look, 1.3 divided by 100 is 0.3. This times 335. The robot will give you $4. Let me repeat again. I'm comfortable using $200 settings. I repeat, I'm comfortable using $200 settings to say, if the current price of Bitcoin, the current minus 53% dip, I'm okay with it. That means my trades will stop trading, buying and selling when BTC gets at 9,280. I'm comfortable. And I have $6,000. I'll say my first buying amount is 500. 500 times 0.67 is 33. 335. 335 times 18 times is 6,000. 6,000 plus the first buying amount is 15. It is 6,045. 6,045 should be my capital that I should have in my exchanger. Now, whenever the robot will be buying, it will be buying $335. 335, what is times 0.013? Whenever the market will, the robot will be making 1.3%, I'll be making $4. $4. That's why I say, even on a cycle, if you have good money, you always make a good money. People who say, I want to be passive. You can't be passive with $100. I want to be a passive trader. I want to be a passive trader. You'll be making little profit. But as long as you have good capital, you'll always make good money. Volume is very low on my side. Unless you want me to lose my throat. I think I'm talking the highest volume of myself. Check your volume. Check your volume. Check your volume, my brother. Just tap on your top right. Top right, there is something like what? Like a microphone. I don't know. All right, okay. Okay. How did you get the 0.67? Okay, let's get back. Simple mathematics. All right, now remember, our first buying amount is $15. When the robot enters the market, it will buy with $15. Now, we want to find the minimum amount we shall use. So we want to instruct our robot that whenever you go into the market, how much will you be investing? The minimum. How much? The minimum. So 15 times 0.15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. If you put 2 small, you see, these are the multiples buying ratio. So I say, no, I want to use less. So 15 times 0.5, it is 7.5. The minimum we can buy is 10 because we are on the cycle. Then times 6. 6 times 6 is 9.9. Times 7 is 10.5. So since it is 10.5, 10.05. If I want to buy 18 times, it will be 180. plus the first buying amount is 15,195. Okay. But these settings are going 53% deep, meaning from the current price of BTC, which is 19745. I don't know, it could have changed. Minus 53% deep. I'm okay until BTC gets here. So I can use the $200 settings to increase my first buying amount and say, I want my first buying amount to be $1,000. So 1,000 times 0.67, it means whenever the robot will be going to buy, it will be buying with $670. Now 670 times 18, which is 18 times, which is 12,000. 12,000 plus 15, which is $12,075. So that is the money I want to trade BTC with this. Only one coin, BTC. So whenever, let me repeat, 1,000 times 0.67. I'm talking about capital, 670. So whenever the robot will be going into the market, it sells 1.3%, which is this, times $670. Whenever my 1% will be $8, $8. So it means if the market goes down 1% and it rises 1.3%, I make $8. It goes down by 1%, rises by 1 point, I get $8. I get $8. Here, I don't need to check the market. I will forever be making good money. I want people who stop asking me how much capital. People usually come to my inbox, how much capital, how much capital, how much capital. You have seen, the more the money, the more the profit. Little profit equals little earnings. How much here, how much here? Because even if I tell you how much the capital is, it will not add up to you. What you need to do, increase your capital, because we have seen a guy who has $1,000 is first buying amount. Whenever the robot goes into the market, it buys $670. So 1.3 of 670 is $8. The robot can do that as many times as possible in a day, and this person can have $500 in profit. I don't know if people understand that. If you understand it, on the 600 capital, on the 6,000 capital, what do you credit on the robot as gas fees? All right. Remember. Now, I want to show you the beauty of RoyalQ. This is the beauty of RoyalQ. By the way, people don't know this, but let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the robot will charge you 20%. So get your $6,000. 20 divided by 100 is 0.2 times your $6,000. It is 1,200. But maybe you are not comfortable with putting your $1,200 at once in your RoyalQ. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, did you know that when your fuel fee is over and your trade is still moving, the robot will sell and it will demand you? Me, I've never seen a good business like RoyalQ. If your fuel gets over, if your fuel gets over and your trade is still continuing, when the robot sells, it will put negative $50. It will demand you. So your gas fees, your gas fees must be close to 1,000. So you can put 500 for the start. 500 for your start. Must cycle complete before your capital is released? No. Now, where does your capital doesn't get into the market at once. It gets into the market in bits. There's nowhere where your capital is stuck. Now, the reason why you see stuck capital, this is where the capital gets stuck. This is what you see. This is not a cycle. This is a non-cared. But this is a non-cared one shot. This is a non-cared one shot. I just need to admit personally. This is me who did this, and I admit because I last checked my trades on Friday in the morning. I didn't come up here. I've been focusing on so much about building the business. I have no problem until the floating loss will come. All right, I have no problem, but I can focus on it and win it. Now, this is a one shot. Now, this trade is called a stuck trade. The robot is not buying and the robot is not selling. This is a stuck trade. Julius, why do you say it's a stuck trade? Yeah, the money is in here, the robot is not buying. But if you are using a cycle, you never suffer from a stuck trade. Why? Because the market rises, the market falls. So you have a continuous, because you have USDT seated in your exchanger, right? But I'm not into one shot today. Please confirm that the gas fees is 20% of the profit, not of the capital. Oh, now, yes. But if you, yes, it's 20% of the profit, not of the capital. But if you put on, if you put in $6,000, yes, you are right. But if you put in $6,000, you need to look at 20% of your capital, all right? Because yes, they will charge you 20% of your profit, but you want to look at 20% of your capital, because that's what, if the whole money makes profit, 20% of that profit. Let me just get into. Okay, let me just use a calculator. Yes, it is of your profit, but still remains. Okay, let's say you have $6,000, like this gentleman was saying, and if you make 100%, okay, am I right? Times 2, 100%, and they charge you 20%. Okay, I hope I'm not getting confused. But what happens? It will be 20% of your capital. So you can keep on adding fuel as long as your fuel goes down. So you can put $500 minimum, $500, or 1,000. It's up to you. I hope I'm done. Unless someone needs a clarity. But you can play with your capital and make more money. I hope I've answered. Your capital is not stuck anywhere. Your capital, the challenge is if you put in $6,000 and you want to trade BTC, don't disturb the money. One of the reasons why people suffered at the first of the business is that someone would put in $200 and keeps on removing. He removes 100, goes into the one shot. He removes 80, goes into the one shot. No, he put 200, use 200 for that coin. One coin, if you say $6,000 for BTC, it is $6,000 for BTC. Yes, $100 profit is equal to $20. Yes, 20%. I hope I've answered. Now, I hope from this call, people will not ask me questions. How much capital? I repeat once again, last time. All right, you can go and come into your Royal queue here. This coin is giving people money. This coin is delivering. It has now gone up, but it has delivered already. Those that will attend tomorrow, I'll go so much about that. Okay, now Let me go use this. If I'm okay with BTC going 83% deep, I can come here and I say my first buying amount will be $2,000. So I go to the calculator, $2,000 times 0.67, it is 1,000. Look at this, 1,400. Now 1,340. Now 1,340 times 48 times. I have $64,000 into my USDT. Now, if this is that, it means what is 1.3%? 1,000. Okay, let me repeat 2,000. Now, Paul ask me how much capital I'm answering you times 0.67. This is this times 1.3. Look, whenever the robot will be taking, it will be giving me $17. It can do this 100 times a day. I give you guarantee 1%. But if I put this capital, I will come here and I remove the 1.3, I put 1.1, 17. This robot can do this 100 times a day. And I'll make $1,442. Cycle makes little money because you have little capital. But with huge capital, Cycle is the best. Hey. Hey. Let me tell you, people ask me, why don't you join me on this scam? I tell him, but my friend, me, I'm here to find capital. Then he tells me, come here, we find capital here, then we return this side. I tell him, why do I risk to lose everything? Because if I'm a CEO of a scam, I cannot be very stupid. You put, you are taking. You put, you are taking. You put, you are taking. I wake up one day and I stop the button like this. Those 48-hour withdraw, 48, 24, the money comes. It means this guy is seated somewhere on a laptop. He's watching. Who's withdrawing? This one. Accept. This one. Accept. This one. So he has the accept button. So the day he sees the deposits are good enough, he says, withdraw pending. Pending. You all stay on pending. Then he brings the $1 million. He buys Solana. He buys Polkadot. He buys any other coin. Then he says, we are done with that company. Then he comes into another because now he has enough Ethereum. He has enough Bitcoin. And people are not learning from the past. He has the button. No, he has the button. Me, I'll never forget. I tell you this story whenever I come on Zoom. I joined a company called Green Gold. Every Zoom meeting, this guy would talk about Bitcoin. 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 Are you buying Bitcoin? Are you buying Bitcoin? Our company is continuously stocking Bitcoin. And on a Zoom like this guy had trees moving around. He had trees. He had put an nominator. It had trees like this. He would cross the laptop. Our company is stocking more Bitcoin. The guy was taking our money. We were putting the money on his wallet address. He has trees moving around, One day he came on Zoom and said, people are abusing me. People are using my name. I'm very annoyed. And starting next week, I'm going to introduce a cryptocurrency so that we pay you in that crypto. The guy went with everything. The guy went with everything. With everything. With everything. But you see, You can try a return on investment, like some people tell me, to find more capital, and you lose everything. You had your $1,000, it goes completely, and also now you get back at zero. But the fact is, with Royal Q, if you have maybe your $10,000, your $60,000, your $70,000, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very possible to make $1,000 a day. I now know. That's why I'm here in the roots, speaking to people to join. When people give up, I don't mind. I'm focusing on my goal to make my capital available. If I have $100,000, gentlemen, I will comfortably, let me show you. You just need to get this clear in your mind. Let's get back here. I'm comfortable from where BTC, and I said, my first buying amount is $5,000. 5,000. 5,000 in my first buy. Let's get to the calculator and see this. That people can get a clear picture. $5,000 times 0.67. That is 3,350. Now 1.3%. Only 1.3%. The market goes up only by 1. Which Bitcoin can do, which is this, times $3,350. Ladies and gentlemen, the robot can give me $43 on every closed deal. Now it is $43 on every closed deal. What if this robot does it how many times? 50 times a day. Ladies and gentlemen, I will make $2,177. But let's get a little bit realistic. Let's get a bit now. 5,000 times which capital? Let me say 48. I have $24,000. If I have $24,000, I can comfortably make $1,000 a day. Comfortably make $1,000 a day without greeting anyone. Like you people who don't want to talk to people, put money. Put money. You don't want. I don't want to speak to people. I don't want to speak to people. I don't want to speak to people. Put money. Then the same money will work for you. No, your trade will not get stuck. If I put 80% deep, then the trade reverses to a bull run. Will the trade get stuck? No, it will keep on buying and selling. The market will never fail to fall down by 1%. 1% buys, 1% it sells. This you set, even forget your name, you start making money. By the way, I'm even worried about what will happen to me because very, very soon, as a gentleman, I've been staying home, but I'm going to, I don't know. I'll be having breakfast in South Africa. I have lunch in Dubai. May I tell you, you watch 3 years from now. Julius, where are you? I'm going for breakfast. Where? In Dubai. Then where? Julius, I'm on a plane. I'm going for lunch in India. Then people tell me that boy is mad, but I'm making $5,000 a day. Hey, 3 years from now, me, I will keep here. People keep going. Me, I'm watching. I have no problem. You go, little money, you go. Me, I'll keep here. I'll keep here. Hey, Julius, what are you doing right now, my friend? I want to buy a trouser in Dubai. That's what I'm doing. But why do you buy in Dubai yet in Uganda? Julius, what are you doing? I'm helping the people in, let me say, in Philippines. I've opened up an NGO. These people tell me, but Julius, let us open up an NGO and request for help. No, I will be the helper. Check me up 5 years from now. I'll be the helper. People will be filling applications on my table. I just look through. I even don't have time to look through. I'll have a secretary. Now, if you are here, may I know with good capital and Royal Q, you are good to go. You are good to go. No sweating. Money will never be my problem. May I tell you the fact? Few years from now. Few years. Few years from now, few years, it will not even be good life. This will be crazy. If I set my trade 80% deep and the trade reverses to bull, no, your trade will not get stuck. The robot will be buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. It will not get stuck. Soft life, soft life. Hey! Soft life. What is the difference between a passive trader and a solo trader? What's the difference between a passive and a solo trader? Now, like you have seen, you want to be passive, have capital. You want to be passive, have capital. A passive trader is someone who has his money and is comfortable with the 5% per month. A solo trader is someone who gets involved in learning what to do, learning to pick coins and setting them by themselves. That's the difference. That's why Royal Q opened up the sharing opportunity. You share, you get more money, you start passive journey. I want to come to the end. There are people here, I want them to rank up. I'm tired of their ranks. These ones, let me look for them here. I know them personally. I'll chat them. There are people I'm tired of seeing them on V1. Hey, you have been a V1, a V1, a V1. Even I have forgotten the name that you are still present. So V1s, I have a formula for you. I dreamt about you becoming V2. I dreamt about you becoming V2. So I have a formula for you, V1s. That's it as I come to the end. Thank you so much, all leaders. Life is about to become sweet. Someone remains a V1, even the robot itself, it forgets that it's still available. So you were V1. Even me, I'm tired. The reason why I said this, I'm tired of V5, not in bad spirit. You were V1. The only thing you need to do is to go and look for 4 people. 4. 1. This could be your girl. Go and, by the way, me when I started the business, I brought all my exes. There are very many in the business. Every ex I brought, everyone. So you can bring, if you have very many, bring everybody. Even if you have very many boyfriend, bring you can bring. Check on them. They still believe in you. They trust you. Can bring. How many from the many? Take 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring only 4. Even if you bring your grandmother, it's okay. Why is this not disappearing? It's okay even if you bring your grandmother, it's okay. Go and bring your grandmother, because now you know how this thing works. Yes, you can change. Go and bring, yeah, even if you have even if you bring your pastor, only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, after I've brought these 4, okay, go and bring 4. Make sure they activate, not registering. 4. Teach them to either be solo or teach them to be passive traders. Any of the 2. Now, these 4, each one will go and bring 4. You have V2. 2 weeks done deal. Please stop keeping us on the same rank for a very long time, yet we give you knowledge here. You keep us on the same rank. We give you knowledge, you keep us on the same rank because we're not ranking up. You are fair to only bring 4. So V1s, some of you I'm very tired of you. You can rank up. I'm still a V1. I have 20 people. This leader, I don't understand. You are V1. You have 20 people that have activated and 4 that have registered, but you are still a V1. I've never seen this. Is this possible? Austin, share your screen. Austin, share your screen. Share your screen. 20 registered, 4 activated. No. The 20 must activate. The 20 must activate. I was worried. Hey. Only 4 activations cannot take him to V2. Yes. 4 activations. Also the 20. Activate 4. I'm very sorry. I was looking through his statement. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Activate 4. Bring 4. Let them activate. If it was registering, we would be millionaires. Not the registered, but those that have activated. Make sure you bring 4. The 4 activate. Help the 4 learn to do. Let each one bring 4. Then you have V2, right? Then you have V2. I'm struggling with the setup of 200. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Perhaps. Okay. Okay. Who's this one? This one needs, I think, personal help. Although I've shared, he is not getting it. Where are you? Who's this one? Hey, I hope he's okay. He's okay now. He's okay. Has been answered. iPhone, you make 0.7. Thank you so much. Did I OBM something to close our session this morning? Thank you so much, everybody. God bless everybody, and say bye from my side.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Julius, and those people that have stayed up to this moment, they are the real MVP. That's how we know people that are really serious. I shared the video today, like last. We made some serious people also, we made a lot of money. And that was during the COVID pandemic. You understand? We made a lot of money. And like I wrote, I said only some people might not, maybe some people they don't know mathematics or were not grateful. They were now comparing results. You understand? Okay, maybe Dr. Kabanda is comparing a result with my results, or I'm comparing my result with the #1 V6 in Africa. You understand? If I start comparing my result with him, I will be depressed. The only thing, the only challenge I have is, if he makes such amounts, I know in the future I'm going to make the same. You understand? And with that momentum, and then we are in a bull season, we made that kind of money. Now, the next few months, 1 year, 2 years is key in this business. We need to keep on building. We need to keep on building. And it's only people that are building now in the bear market that will be the next millionaires. The money we made, the money I made, I've not made it in my 10 years. Of us, we made that in like 20, under 11 months. You understand? So this next 1 year is key. So if you are here, old members, you are not serious with this business, please let us, be serious. The only thing you need to now learn, and that was our leaders giving us every day. That's a trading system, how to trade, how to pick trade for yourself, and that is the key. You understand? I've been able to perfect my own now, and I don't want to go back from what I've perfected. You know, you have to choose the one that works for you. We have numerous ways. We have, we have the passive trader, solo trader. You have to now that time, and you are good to go. And then show your people your result also. The more you show, the more they come to you. To come, to join you. I've been consistent. Be consistent, come to meetings, be consistent in posting, on social media, be consistent to inviting. You understand? And don't let the business be complicated. There are some groups, they want, okay, say I should come and do special Zoom with them in the morning. Okay, we have every this Zoom coming in the mornings. Take your group to join. You understand? Then later, you can invite me to close for you. You understand? So the thing is, make the business simple. You don't have to complicate things. The more complicated you are how winners win in this network marketing. You have to make it very, very simple. So then be grateful. Most people don't do the math. If you started the journey with us last year, just do the math. Divide what you made by 12 months and see what you come up with every month. Some people that are complaining, they made in Nigeria here, if you make an average of $2,000, you are far above any ordinary person in Nigeria. That's over $1 million. Some people made that and they are depressed because they didn't make 20 million in a month. Please, let us be grateful and let us be consistent. Consistency is what, makes you to create what you see the leaders here are creating. And, the future is bright with a tool like WeAreQ. Please, let us run with it and, and we'll be glad, in 5, 10 years time, you'll be glad you did, or what legacy you are going to leave your children and generations to come. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, our leader. We will see each other in the evening. Bye-bye.